So I have the Evil wheel, right? It's really, really stable. You can go to the side, the front, and this fits right into just a regular size roller bag. So this is clutch, and then I have the jump rope, and it took a while to find a good jump rope, right? So you have to measure it by your height, and this is also good for double unders, and this is go-to if I could only have two things when I travel.
What I do recently is I bought a suitcase that I can put my 27-inch iMac. So I travel with my iMac, which helps a lot. Because I'm able to actually work on everything, review everything in a proper size monitor. So I can sort of operate at full capacity versus like trying to do everything in a small laptop while I'm traveling. So that makes me feel really comfortable, although it's a big suitcase.
Most of the people that I know share this attribute, which is we don't get jet lag. It just doesn't happen. So I haven't had caffeine since 1987. So I can be in a meeting in Singapore and it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning my time in my body. But it's not. It's just whatever time it is, because somehow, again, with that mutation, you just mind over matter it. Which I think is critical to just be tired all the time, because you can just sleep when it's time to sleep, which sounds like a rather odd thing to say too, but if you travel all the time, whether you acknowledge it or not, you are tired. So if it's bedtime, it's bedtime.
So for European flights, I definitely recommend don't eat the in-flight food, don't get the meal, don't watch a movie. When you get on that plane, go right to sleep and put your pajamas on, do whatever you do when you get on those flights, but they aren't long enough to spend an hour or 2 hours doing other things. You just need that full 5.5, 6 hours of sleep. So I eat in the lounge beforehand, I get in my seat, the plane literally wheels up and I am lie flat, passed out, take the full 5.5, 6 hours of sleep that I can get. Because otherwise, you land first thing in the morning and you're right to the office for meetings and whatever you need to do. And if you don't get that at least 5 hours, it's going to be a very long day.
I was kind of raised at Gray Advertising on Procter & Gamble. And P&G has a really strict rule that you cannot work on planes. Confidentiality is really key. And when you're flying from New York to Cincinnati, there's a lot of people kind of working on those brands on the plane. So I was always super paranoid about working on a plane. But I have to say, now I'm like, it's all I do is work. Now that there's in-flight Wi-Fi, I think I work constantly from the minute we take off till the minute we land. Which I think can actually really extend the day and make you pretty exhausted in your work. It's not necessarily the greatest thing to do because typically you're flying before work hours and you're flying late in the day, typically if it's a day trip. So I would say usually I try to force myself to take a break and read a book. I carry a paperback book with me. I'm not into reading it electronically. So, old-fashioned paperback book to kind of counteract all that kind of technology.